My name is Joseph John Thompson, but I prefer the nickname JJ. I was born on December 18th, 1856, in Cheetham Hill, England, near Manchester. My dad was a bookseller and planned for me to become an engineer. I never found an apprenticeship at an engineering, so I was sent to Owen College at the ripe age of 14. In 1876, I received a small scholarship to attend Trinity College at Cambridge to study mathematics. After I graduated, I worked in the Cavendish Laboratory. I speedily earned myself a membership in the respected Royal Society and got selected Rayling's successor as the professor of physics when I was only 28. Students came from around the world to study with me. I was appreciated and well liked. I actually ended up marrying one of my students in 1890. Her name was Rose Pagant. We have two children, Little Joanne and Intelligent George. In 1894, I started studying cathode rays, which are glowing beams of light that follow an electrical discharge in a high vacuum tube. This topic was common to study because the cathode ray's character was uncertain. The methods and equipment for experiments weren't good enough, so I devised better. When the rays passed through the vacuum, I measured the angle of which they deflected and calculated the ratio of the electrical charge to the mass of the particles. I identified the ratio of being the same no matter what gas we used, which concluded to the particles that made up the gases were universal. All of that information and more made me determine that all the matter is made up of tiny particles, even smaller than atoms. The name I chose to call these particles was corpuscles. Later on, in 1906, I began studying positively charged ion, or positive rays, which was a foundation of information laid out to me by George Johnson Stoney, which led to another discovery in 1912. I channeled a stream of ionized neon through a magnetic and electric field and used techniques for deflection to measure the charge-to-mass ratio. By doing this, I identified that two different types of atoms and proved the existence of isotopes in a stable element. I created an atomic model that was a positively charged sphere in which the electrons were inlaid. It's well known for being called the plum pudding model. In 1918, I left my research to become Master of Trinity College, where I am now. I have a suspicion I will die in 1940, but the cause is still unknown.